it's Faye. I might sugarcoat this video a little bit because I don't know how ready I feel to tell you guys how things have really been. Trust me, Linda, I will tell you guys eventually, but because this is a little bit more personal and something I'm healing from, it's taking me a little bit extra time. I wish it didn't, but it is. Regardless if you watch my vlogs or if you follow me on Discord, you guys already know. I'm sure you guessed it, and I will briefly mention it today. So it's been a while since we've done a heart-to-heart, and it's only necessary that we check in. Today's video is in partnership with Green Chef. It's getting close to the afternoon. I woke up really early. I had a couple drinks last night, so I need something to help my hangover. It's only fair that I cook something really quick and easy so we can eat, talk, and get ready. You probably already heard of Green Chef, but if you haven't, it's a USDA certified organic company that provides dishes for a variety of lifestyles like vegan, vegetarian, paleo, and keto. I love how easy and convenient everything is, from the delivery to the packaged meals. You literally prep and pop it in. The recipes are pre-measured. Bless! Cause like math, who? There are step-by-step instructions with photos to guide you, because let's be real here, who's not a visual learner, Linda? I personally picked out the Balanced Life box because I want a little bit of everything. Green Chef offers 9 recipes to choose from weekly within every meal to fit around your lifestyle. Not the other way around, because we come first. With Green Chef's wide variety of high-quality, clean ingredients like their organic, non-GMO, sustainably sourced produce, you won't feel crappy about what you're eating. And I personally hate the guilty feeling after eating a really good meal. It's something I'm still working on. However, with Green Chef, I don't get that feeling. Green Chef eliminates that for me. I feel good. Go to greenchef.us and use code ListenLinda100 to get $100 off plus free shipping on your first box. Hello? Hi, are you listening? Do you not want to save $100? Okay. This is my second helping. I love the peas. I should be getting ready, but girl, I'm hungry. Wait. How did I catch you guys up? I bought this house late spring, early summer, and finally moved in week of J4. That was when I got my keys, right? It took a while because this is new construction, so they were taking a bit with the build. And I'm done. I'm obsessed with Laura Mercier's Flawless Lumiere Radiance Perfecting Foundation, except it's too late for me, so I just mix it with one of my current foundations. Moving into my first home ever, it was quite the transition. As happy as I looked in my empty house tour video, I was so unhappy. I cried every day and night, every moment I just cried. On this channel, I don't like to throw the word depressed around lightly because it's not a light word. I can reassure myself that yes, I was very depressed and not happy at all. You know, not too long ago, I lost my sister earlier this year, and it wasn't until May that we went down to California for her funeral. That definitely took a toll on me, but I tried my best not to like show that obviously online. A little bit after that, maybe less than a month later, my current boyfriend at the time and I broke up. It felt like everything was like spiraling all at the same time. Not trying to make it sound like, oh my gosh, my issues are so much bigger than everyone else. No, not at all. All of this was happening whilst I was buying a home for the first time. The house buying process is not easy, especially when you have to do it all by yourself with no like help or guidance. I mean, I learned a lot. Like, I learned so much. To say the least, around that time of my life, it just felt like such a big shift from my normal, and it was hard to adjust to it because I'm literally a creature of habit. My world was kind of shaken up, and because I'm telling you guys this, please don't see it as I'm complaining or that I'm not grateful for my life. I just don't want you guys to get the wrong idea. Oh, that was a little much. I'll darken it up. Relax. Even though I was gaining a new home, I felt like I was losing everything else. I was so sad. I couldn't comprehend that I was leaving my apartment and all the memories created there with someone I thought that was gonna be my forever. It's still really hard to drive past, you know, the apartment sometimes. And it sucks because sometimes I wonder, no, concealer. Sometimes I drive past my apartment and I just wonder, is it just me who feels this way? Like when I pass that area, am I the only one crumbling inside? Guess we'll never know. The week before I got my keys, I went on Discord on stage. So if you don't know what that is, it's kind of like live audio where you just talk on the phone to your friends. My Discord fam and I are super tight. We're like so close. They've gone through it all with me. They know exactly what I'm talking about because I would go on and vent. My Discord is super safe within the Lindas. I want to take a moment to just thank all the Lindas who are on Discord who have been my rock. You guys have no idea, but you've really helped me out of this. You don't judge me on the chaos in my current life. Girl. If you know, you know. Anyway, the week before, or the weeks building up to getting the keys to my house, I was live on Discord and, you know, I was trying my best to suppress everything in and just like trying to keep it normal. Someone asked, "Hey Faye, like how's the new house coming along?" And I literally just started bawling. I'm so sorry, like I don't mean to. Like I distinctively remember being in my room at night on this side of the bed, looking out the window, and I was just like feeling all the feels, but trying my best to just like freaking tie it all up and like bundle myself like you're fine. Ooh, was I wrong? At the time it was kind of early of me in Discord, so I wasn't like totally open with everything going on yet. So I'm pretty sure the person who asked me was like, "My bad, dang. I didn't mean to make you cry. I just wanted to ask how your house was." It was that moment that I simply realized and accepted the fact that I am not okay. I wasn't ready. I was not ready to leave and I didn't want to. In the moment, I was holding on to everything I could, any bit I could to feel a sense of comfort. But like all at once, I was destroying myself. It's almost like drowning yourself in order to breathe, if that makes sense. Just the worst. Because I wasn't willing to let go of anything, I was hurting myself, but that hurt was the only thing that was keeping me going. I don't know if that makes sense, and it kind of sounds like self-sabotage. Call it what it is, but I felt comfort in pain. This pain is so intense, it hurts me so much, but it's the only thing that can comfort me right now. You just feel completely defeated. But what can you do? You literally can't do anything. You're just stuck. I am going to dedicate a video soon. I've been working on it. I've been also dreading it, but then it's been very healing because I allow myself to face the problems head on. It's a scary thing sometimes when you have to like sit down with your thoughts and your feelings and kind of admit. That's the process I'm going through with this upcoming video, I guess. It's not like I'm forcing myself to do this, like I'm obligated to do this. I actually really want to. It is about my breakup, but more so in depth of my healing journey, my process, the experience, the journey that I've been on these couple of months. And even though I say couple of months, it sounds so short in time, but it's every single day. You really have to take account of the time in a day you spend with your mind and you just go berserk. And if it can help one person, just one person, I am so willing. And it's crazy because I've never felt this like urge or want to like share this so much. I started to wonder, what is it that makes me want to share this part of my life so much, even though it hurts? You know, it really hurts. And just last night, I realized what it was. It comes down to that desperate time I felt like I needed help the most. I was so hurt. I felt like there was no ending. There was no hope. There was nothing I can do to get out of this. And I was so desperate to find anything I could to help me out of it. That feeling is just, it is the worst feeling ever. Ever. Someone just like tell me it'll be okay kind of thing. And I had great people around me, friends and family. Everyone tried their best to tell me like, you'll be fine. I promise you, you'll get out of this. You don't believe it at the time. You really don't. It feels like a lie. It feels like whatever, you're just saying this. You know, I got a therapist. I got a breakup coach at the time. It wasn't like I wasn't trying to get myself out of this or that I wasn't trying to go through the pain, because that's the only way to get out. You can't go around it, over it, under it. You have to go through it. And even though I felt like I was doing great some days, the moment I go to bed, the moment you lay down, you close your eyes, you're just trying to find peace. Wow, there's really no plan makeup today. It's just a tornado in your mind. Like you can't shut it off. From the moment you go to bed to the moment you wake up, it's the first thing on your mind. It just sucks. It literally sucks. I just remember feeling so desperate to free myself from everything. And I'm saying that in a sense of like, I just want it to be over with. Not what you're thinking. Not that. Do we even do makeup today? Do we just quit? Because I'm so close to just not. If I could share my experience and my healing journey in order to just help that one person, I will do it. I am gonna do it. There are so many of us that feel this way, not because of a breakup or losing a family member or shifting through life. Some people just feel like this all the time. And that breaks my heart. I can't even fathom the thought of feeling like that every single day just because. So regardless of the reasons, if you're on a healing journey, I really want to be there for you. I don't mean to disclose so much here, but I just wanted to get that off my chest since we are here anyway. Yeah, we're not gonna do eyeliner. By the way, I'm building my IKEA shelves behind me. Just wanted to, if you couldn't tell, I need a new eyelash curler. Also, I don't want you to be worried about me. I'm doing absolutely fine and amazing. I've been doing really, really good for about a month now. I've been really good. I mean, don't get me wrong. I still get really sad some days, like really fucking sad. Like 2 days ago. But they come in waves and I'm experiencing less and less of those waves, which I'm really, really proud of myself. I'm at the point of my healing journey where I'm not suppressing to cope, distracting myself to cope anymore. Sometimes I look at coping as the easy way out. You know, you're doing whatever you can to just get by. Very necessary in the beginning, but once you get to a place where you're like, I'm no longer gonna keep eating to cope or drinking to cope, you become ready to just face it head on. I'm gonna do it. Did that make sense? I'm so sorry. I'm gonna do a layer of Rare Beauty's mascara as well. I do really like this. I don't normally like any mascaras because they don't hold with my Asian lashes, besides the one I use all the time, the Japanese one. But this one is not bad. It holds enough that you can still see your lashes. Lashes are up and strong, honey. I'm really excited to see the full blossom within myself, and I'm also really excited to report that I think I'm slowly witnessing that growth. I'm not fully there, but it's beginning. I am a better person. I am a better version of myself. And what I went through literally had to happen in order for me to feel this good about myself. I know some of you guys might think it's too soon, but again, I'm at a place where I'm rediscovering myself and I'm learning what I like and don't like again. It has been so fun. I have been taking advantage of meeting new people for my own benefit. That sounds really selfish, but it's so powerful. You learn so much about yourself again. With that being said, oh my gosh, I have so many stories to tell you guys. I am low-key, high-key considering a podcast. I don't know if any one of you guys would listen, but I've had this discussion with my Discord fam already and everyone's for it, so like maybe. I want to venture out into something more mature. The direction I want to go with this, if I do pursue this venture, is raw, vulnerable, and just as authentic as can be. Not that I don't try to be that here, but I'm 27 years old, single. My dating life is back on the market. Shit plop. I'm good. I am just meeting people, and there are some stories that have already built up, and I die every time I tell them on Discord. There's something about just shitting on audio to your friends online. The realest things you're going through as of current, no matter how intimate or taboo it is to the public. I don't know why it's still so like cringy to listen to people talk about intimate stuff. It shouldn't be. At least for me, I am a very open person. There's literally nothing to hide. We all go through this. We all will go through this. Who still uses this palette? This Anastasia Contour Kit? Me. At the end of the day, it's just lighthearted banter that a lot of us can relate. Me, back in the dating world at this age, oh trust me, I am looking and trying to find any podcast I can listen to where women talk about their sex life or their dating life, being stood up, or the worst dates ever, things like that, or what you should say to a guy, what you shouldn't, you play the stupid game like that push and pull. So I was thinking, why can't I do that? Why can't I be that source for someone else? Because girl, dude, my Discord, they get the deeds. Okay, so I'm gonna briefly tell this story about a guy, okay? So it's such an inside joke within the Discord fam. Homie, oh my god. We, met on a dating app, Bumble or whatnot, and then exchanged numbers because I was like, oh, he's a really nice guy, like very sweet. Tell me why he turned from a sweet guy to just like a pushy, sweet guy. I don't know if that makes sense. So he's asking me like, are you talking to other guys? I'm like, yeah, I am, because there's no need to lie. Just be honest, because I am, right? And I'm like, what about you? And he's like, no, I'm not. I'm just talking to you. Ever since I matched with you, I got off the app immediately. I'm so happy we're texting. Okay. Gorgeous, let me show you what you deserve. I don't want you to meet this other guy. Then that means I won't get a chance. I'm scared. Girl, I want to show you what you really need. I'm a man. So I kind of got the creeper jeepers. Like, okay, he's trying way too hard. Like, what even is this? What else? I just stopped replying for like 2 to 3 hours. I just didn't say anything, right? And guess what? This mofo had the audacity to text me. Hey. Hey. I can't even. Hey. It's your turn to reply. Hey, it's your turn to reply. What? Huh? And he didn't do it one time. He did it a couple of times. The thing is, when you give someone your number, sometimes they'll pop up on your Snap, like your contacts will pop up. So he ended up like adding me on Snap too, and I just accepted him. I was like, okay, it's good to actually see how they look like sometimes. There was this one guy that got my number and then snapped me, and I'm like, you don't look anything like your photos. So he was snapping me at one point. The reason why I think he sounds like that, not that I know, is because whenever he snaps me a photo of himself or something, like a selfie, this is his face. The lips. That's a big turn off. I didn't know that was a turn off. Anytime a guy snaps me and they're like, unfollow, unfriend, blah. There's actually more to the story about like what's been going on with that guy, but I'll save that for Discord or my podcast if I ever get to it. You should follow me on Discord. Oh. Grown adults only, advisory recommended. Let me go do my hair. And that concludes today's Get Ready With Me, catch up, life update, heart. I really thought today I was gonna go for the whole full look. Lashes, hair curled, bar, another bar, not after those tears. Let me know what your thoughts are below with everything I said, and let's have a chat. That is it for today's video. I hope that wherever you are doing okay. You are finding yourself, prioritizing your needs and wants, and rediscovering the best version of you. Until next time, I'm sending love. Bye.
Even if you tried, you wouldn't